Right, so obviously the next question would be, do you relate to Shaad at all, considering that your nature mustn't be like Shaad at all? Or are there traces?
To be honest, yeah, he's not very different from what I am. Shaad's not very different. Of course, the obvious differences are that he's older than I am, he's a major and I'm not. Those are the obvious differences. But I feel somewhere I am also not very demonstrative of my feelings.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, and but I feel it becomes a little harder. I think it's easier to play something that's completely opposite of what your nature is, because when it's kind of similar to what your actual nature and actual behavior is, it's a real thin line between if you're actually playing the character or you're just you're being yourself. So that's a challenge which I try and overcome every day, and I feel, at least from the response that I've been getting, I feel that I'm at least headed towards the right direction, so I'm happy about that.
Lovely. Okay, so now another natural question out of what your reply is that how much of your real self would you ever want coming onto the screen?
How much of my real self? Shaad it's such a beautifully written character. He's respectful of women. He's respectful, period. He's a soft-spoken guy. He puts his point across when he has to. He's not a pushover. He doesn't let people walk all over him. Yet he knows when to back off. So these are attributes which I would actually like the reverse of. I would like some of Shaad's characteristics that I can imbibe in my own life. So it's a little reverse scenario over here.
Well, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Like, see, we learn from so many people. Like, we have our ideals, we have our idols, and we probably want to emulate a few people that we meet or we read about or we hear on television. So you being so close to Shaad because you're playing him, to be able to emulate his characteristics probably should be good enough, or it should be faster than what you would probably expect to
by reading
from other people.
Absolutely. And also it's the character that's written, the producers are the producer and the writer, they're very close to the character. I am playing it, and I started playing it after I was confirmed for it. But when they write it, they get so attached to a particular character, and so that was a very big responsibility for me, because I knew how, especially when they were explaining it to me, I knew how passionate they were about this character. I knew how much hard work went into it, and my responsibility was that I don't want to let them down. I want to come as close to their expectations as possible. So if at all I'm being accepted as Shaad, I by no means can take credit for it, or at least full credit for it, because I'm an actor playing this, but someone who's written it, someone who's been so close to it, someone who's originated it, I have a responsibility towards them first before anything else. So that also drives me. It drives me that I can't do whatever I feel like it with this character. I know that there are expectations and high expectations from this character, so that also keeps me grounded. That also gives me a sense of balance. So it's going well.
True. I just like what you said about that, and one particular aspect that I would want to point out is that living up to expectation. All right. Now, based on that, you want to be Shaad, you want to be Shaad. But again, it's not that Rome was built in a day. So
exactly.
One thing is that you will need to give yourself time. People who expect such out of you in terms of, they expect Shaad to be X, Y, Z.
Exactly.
They also, I'm sure they're giving you enough time to get into the skin of the character, because
Right.
that's where once you start living him,
Exactly.
and you start behaving.
And there's
like
so
him.
many different points of views as far as Shaad is concerned, I have a point of view. The audience who's been watching him for the past month has a point of view. The writers who have written him has a different point of view. The producers who want to show him as Shaad has a different point of view. So the challenge is actually getting all those point of views together and trying to do something where everyone is at least kind of satisfied.
Right.
That'll be my effort.
I wish you all the best for that, because I'm
Thank you,
sure
Roshali.
you'll get there.
Thank you very much.
And I'll watch you almost every day to see how you fare.
Thank you, and I hope that I can. And as far as expectations were concerned, my whole life is about meeting expectations. I take that very seriously. I take that to heart, and I just hope that I'm accepted, and I hope the love continues. And thank you, Roshali, for everything.
You're welcome. I'm not done yet. I have one more question.
Oh, you do? I'm sorry. Then I'll keep that for the last
You
one.
can say that again.
Again?
Later.
All right.
One more question is, see the physical aspect to look 30 plus. Besides the stubble, what else were you advised to follow? As it could be no loud movements, or it could be your posture,
Right.
your hairstyle.
Right.
What were the aspects that?
Especially 30 plus, yes. The 30 plus is not so much of an issue as much as him being an army guy is, An army guy's demeanor, his behavior is completely different from even a 40-year-old man. So in terms of that, like I mentioned earlier, my actions can't be frivolous. They can't be all over the place. It is something that I'm working on. I'm not saying that I have mastered the art and now this is what I have achieved. It's a work in progress, but I feel that it's going towards the right direction. And a lot of times initially, Aman especially, I have to mention him. Aman, our director, Amandeep, our director, a lot of times he would say, Varun, Shaad chhoot raha hai, no boyish, you're not 25, Varun, Shaad ko leke aao, So it's a team effort, and that's what makes it even more exciting and even more just easier, because everyone's out here to make sure that you're doing your best and you're giving your best, and that's all that I want, basically.
Once again, best of luck.
Thank you.
Break a leg.
Thank you, Roshali.
And inshallah, the TRPs will definitely show that.
I hope so. My fingers are crossed. My fingers are crossed.
They've risen, haven't they?
They have, and also the amount of adulation that I'm getting from the online audiences, I want to give a special shout out to them, because they've just been amazing ever since just a small article of mine came out that I was going to be entering the show, They've been, and I was a little apprehensive.
Silence. Hi.
I was a little apprehensive at first as to what the response is going to be, but I'm pleasantly surprised and how. And it's just every day is just getting better and better and better, and I just hope it continues that way. And I just hope that I'm able to give what is expected of me. That's all.
Lovely. And
Thank
one
you.
last note, not related to you, but related to what I just said. Silence to Suresh. Now Suresh, who just walked by, is the sound guy.
The irony of it.
Whenever we are on the set, he says silence, silence, silence all the time.
Exactly.
Today I got my revenge. Yes. Sorry,
No, but
I'm not so mean usually.
No, it's true. But even when he's the one that's making the noise, the minute that someone realizes that, oh, who is making this noise, and Suresh realizes that, oh shit, it's me, all of a sudden his whole expression changes, and he's like, silence, who was that? And I'm like, Suresh, really? But no. But it's lovely. I'm having a gala time. It's
Fantastic.
amazing.
So welcome aboard.
Thank you, Roshali.
And we'll
hoping for more.
take this as far as we can take it.
Absolutely.
Right here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Lovely.